Vincenzo's back visiting us here in Palm Springs. How you doing, Vincenzo?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
What you been up to?
Hey, yeah. Hey, look, the chemtrails, they're spraying the hell out of us.
Tell us what you really think, Vincenzo.
Yeah, hey, that's what I think, you know. You know what I think?
No, what do you think?
I think about this. And I said to myself, hey, I said, self, I was put here on this planet with no manual. Think about it. I was put here, planted here with no manual. Everybody's got a manual. You buy a telephone, this thing you're doing over here. It comes with a manual. It tells you how to open it, how you do the apps, how you do all this stuff. Me, I get no manual, nothing. Absolutely nothing. I got to figure out over here. I got to do over there. I got to go to school here. What am I going to do for work? I don't know what I'm going to do. No manual whatsoever. Somebody asked me, how old are you? I said, I'm 68 years old. The guy says, how do you know that? I said, because it says it on my birth certificate. But when you really think about it, I don't know when I was born. How am I supposed to know when I was born? I was there, but I wasn't there. When your brain's mush.
We're just going by what they tell us, right?
Contemplating life sometimes makes your head explode. You got simple questions. All I know is I'm here without a manual. I want a manual. Caramba. Take, for example, relationships. One of the most complex things man is ever going to have to face. Without a manual, we don't know nothing. We're going through trying to figure all this stuff out. But, for example, a guy who marries a woman, when they first get married, she dresses like, oh my God, it's like Cleopatra. You can't take your eyes off him. You sleep next to her, oh man, it's molto bello. But what happens? You're married for a little bit of time. And all of a sudden, the stuff that she used to wear that was really sexy and nice, now she's wearing like this burlap sack, and when you spoon next to her, you end up with a rash because it's like sleeping with sandpaper. What is that about? Come on, what happened to the love? What happened to the,
Hey, women just like comfort.
Come on.
You don't like to be cold.
See, you gotta have the romance. You gotta have it, or you don't have it. Oh, mamma mia! It goes away. It goes away. The manual should be given to the woman. She's gotta read the manual.
What would the manual say to the woman? If you're gonna write a manual for a woman, what would you say?
How to make the guy happy.
How would a woman make you happy?
By not wearing pajamas to give me abrasion. When I'm spooning, when I'm...
What kind of pajamas do you envision?
For a guy, if I was going to write the manual, for the guy, look, the guys are completely different from the women. Every guy who's living with a woman should know this. The women, you got to talk to them. You got to sweetheart, you got to give them the rose. You gotta be really, really kind. You gotta talk a long time. The guy, hey, hon, you want to make love? Boom, bada bee, bada boom. That's it. 4 players saying, hi, hon. That's it. Woman, you gotta take them to dinner. You gotta spend the money on them. Then you gotta
wine and dine them.
When you get into the nice love room. You got to talk for half an hour, watch a movie, and then all of a sudden things can go on.
Then they're asleep.
Yeah. Somebody wrote that manual. And I think to myself, see, I remember when I got married, my brother, he comes up to me and he says, hey, today you're going to make your vows. I said, yeah, I know that. I'm not stupid. I got to make my vows. Before God, I got to make my vows. And he goes, I got to tell you something. You're going to, the priest, the guy dressed up with the black, with the white collar, he's going to say, for death do us part. That's part of your vow. My brother, he's got a lot of wisdom. He says, for some of us, that's our goal. It shouldn't be that way. You know, it shouldn't be that way. For some of us, it's our goal.
Till death do us part.
Yeah, Mamma Mia.
Yeah, it is a weird saying.
Hey, it's true, you know. Not for nothing, but hey, that's the way it is.
So,
the manual. I was put here without a manual. How are you going to live without a manual?
Now, marriages need manuals, that's for sure. What if you wrote a manual on marriage, what would it be? Tell me some of your
I don't know.
Rules and regulations regarding marriage.
I could tell you what a guy would say. The guy would say,
I know. What would you say?
You got to make love at least 5 times a day. A woman, 5 times 5 years. 1 time a year. That would be fine for a woman. That, you know, everything is different from between guys and the woman.
I know. Why did God make it that way?
That's one guy I don't question. Don't question God. He knows what's going on.
Yeah, he does.
I just wish we got the manual. So, you know, I'm here. I was nowhere. All of a sudden, I'm here, no manual. I got to go around the circle of life. Around and around and around with no manual. Come on. You got a manual over here. I want my manual. I want to figure out what am I supposed to do over here.
A life manual.
Ask a kid, ask a teenager. Guys or girls, they're in high school, right? They're going to graduate from the 12th grade. They got no manual. What do I do? What do I do? What am I going to be? Where am I going to go? I have no clue. It's like walking through the jungle. All of a sudden you find a path. Poof. Hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It would be much easier to say like this. Okay, on February the 5th of 2018, I am going to be a fireman. Yeah! And then you go do it. No, I'm in a circle like this. Just
round and round and round.
Poof. And when they put me in, you know, out of nowhere, poof. No manual. Yeah, that's the way it is. All right. So we're talking about what the women, what they wear. What, you know, in the bedroom. What do they wear? Show the public what you're wearing right there. Take a look at that.
My nice fuzzy pajamas.
That looks like it's 3 inches thick. You think a guy wants to lay next to something 3 inches thick? No way.
Oh, it's nice and soft and fuzzy.
Well,
I like it.
I'm talking about the abrasive sandpaper stuff you wear.
It's not abrasive. It's nice and soft.
Yeah,
it's not burlap.
Right. Maybe soft to you. You know what that tells me? That tells me, get away from me. You ain't getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. You ain't getting nothing. When a woman wears that stuff, it makes a big sign, a big billboard with the lights shining up. Forget it, pal. You ain't getting nothing.
Hey, women like form and not function and not form. Men want form.
There's language without language. That's language that says no way.
Well, what do you want them to wear?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, not in the winter.
Nice. Absolutely nothing. Then here's the manual. A woman who wears pajamas 3 inches thick, you ain't getting nothing. A woman who wears nothing, they're getting everything. Simple.
No, I think it's the guy that's getting everything.
Hey, it could work both ways, you know. It doesn't have to be one way. So I think you asked me, what do I think is a perfect thing between your wife and me? You know. Okay, for example, I want her to watch the football games with me. I want her to know what a linebacker means. I want her to know what a free safety means. To her, a free safety is no sex. Free safety. I want her to understand the whole game. You know, boom, bow, all that stuff. Okay, here's another one. I wrote it down because I forget sometimes.
Oh, is that your manual for perfect marriage?
Yeah. We would go out to eat. I want her to pay sometimes. Why do I gotta pay all the time? Let her pay for it. It's a woman's thing, you know. They got what they want. Now they can get my bill. Jeez Louise. Yeah. Oh, and another one. Why am I driving the junkie car? You drive the junkie car. Like, you know, I should be King of the Hill or something over here once in a while. Hey, just look at this. Science fiction. I like science fiction. I don't want to watch Hallmark. What the heck is that? I gotta wait. All the love stories. I go watch the love stories. You think you go in the room and you get love? Nothing. It was the other way around. I watch Hallmark every single day, 8 hours a day, as long as I get something. And this is another one. I want my wife to stop nagging me when I wear my 3-inch lift heels so I can look tall for once. What's the big deal? I want to look tall. Why you gotta nag me?
Why wouldn't she want you to be tall?
Hey,
Taller.
I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know.
Is she too short and it makes you tower over her?
I want to look tall once in a while. So what? When I got here, planted here with no manual, if I wrote the manual, I would have been 3 inches taller.
What else?
Some guys are
what
short
else
on
would?
one of them
Okay,
guys.
how else would you have been built with your
I would have
manual?
been 6'9", looking like Paul Bunyan with cannons, thick hair, not on the chest though. That turns women off.
It does, huh? Some women probably like
Nowadays
hair
it
on the
doesn't matter
chest.
because they're wearing stuff like you 3 inches thick. You
Yeah,
might
I
as
like
well-
my
why don't
pajamas.
you just- why- you
Leave
know,
my
if-
pajamas
look at-
alone.
I think today, if the women would really come out and say it the way it is, they buy pajamas that look like porcupines. Then nobody would get next to them. Wow! Oh,
It's a new method of contraception.
yeah,
Lack Planned Parenthood.
yeah. No kidding. At least you get the message right away.
I know, you could like print something on your pajamas like, you're not getting anything tonight.
You wouldn't even have to say that. All you know is you look, okay, I'm away. That's it. That's all I got to say about it.
All right.
And here's another thing. You know, when guys get sick, they say, oh, for example, I got a stomach ache. Oh, I got a stomach ache. Why does it always have to revert back to the woman that says, you don't have a clue what pain is because you haven't had labor? It always goes, what's that got to do with my stomach ache? I got to worry about labor pains over here and always going back. It's like, oh, I'm King Kong because I delivered a baby. I know what real labor is. I got a stomach ache. Have some sympathy for me, will you, please? No sympathy. Yeah, so you got labor pains.
That was like a long time ago.
You take off those 3-inch pajamas and I'll make sure you get more labor pains. And then my wife, you know, here's one more thing I forgot. I should have remembered this right away. My wife says, she looks at my butt and she goes, you know, it's not like you were 20 years old anymore. Your ass is sagging. I got news for you. Don't you take a look at yourself. I want to show you. Hold on.
What are you doing with those?
I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right here. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. This is when I first met my wonderful bride. She's talking about my butt. Okay? Boom. That's how you were when you were 20 years old. This is what you look like now. And you talking about my butt? What's the matter for you?
Another one. Those bugs you, Vincenzo.
You have to cut this.